Hey, hey, hey! How are we doing, everyone? Welcome to Isabella Bank's YouTube channel. I'm Wizzy, your hostess with the mostest. And as always, it is absolutely lovely to be here with you this evening. Boy, have we got some things to talk about today. Yeah. So, what's the tea today, though? It looks like Prince Harry's victory against the Sun has the media industry more rattled than they care to admit. After all the lying, the bravado, the panic is showing. The smugness has vanished. The facade of genuine journalism has crumbled, and what is left is just the bare bones of the vengeful tabloid culture Prince Harry is determined to take down. Um, but before we get into all of that, I have something I want to discuss with all of us today. Okay, just a second. Let me pull it up for you guys. Just a second. All right. So, there is a pending issue that needs to be addressed before we proceed. It's not a big deal. Don't worry, nobody's in trouble. It's just something that I feel that anyone who listens to me needs to have clarified. I've seen some people in my comments who understand where I am coming from with what I say, uh, but I feel like some people don't get it. And I feel like before I move on from this issue, I should at least make an attempt to explain what I mean. So let's have a family meeting, shall we? Okay. So I have spent literally the entire weekend correcting people who said Prince Harry did not settle his court case. Before you click off, all right, let me explain. All right, and I'm taking the time to explain this just the way I did when I explained to you guys that when the British media say that the royal family are spending taxpayers' money, that it is just something to distract the public with. We are finding another tool that the media are using to distract us, to make us spend energy to. They know us. Don't forget that the British media is not just made up of educated people who went to school to study journalism. There are some of them who are in the alphabet agencies. Okay, they understand psychology, they know how to trigger people. All right, and the Sussex squad is not immune from being triggered because we love the Sussexes so much. They know what to say and do to trigger us, make us spend our time and energy arguing in the comments section. What am I talking about? What am I going on about? I am talking about the current phrase which is causing so much argument in comment sections, and it's all to do with whether or not Prince Harry settled the case. So I thought this is another opportunity. This is another opportunity to share knowledge. Okay, where some of you might know I have a legal background, and this is why I feel confident enough to talk about some things. And there are some things that I know. When I know certain things 100%, you can talk until you're blue in the face, but you're not going to change my mind. And so, for those who want to hear, who really have their minds and ears and hearts open, I am speaking to you. What it means when they say someone settles in the UK, it means that the legal dispute between the parties has been resolved without going to a full trial or receiving a court judgment. Instead, both parties involved in the case have come to a mutual agreement. often through negotiation or mediation. This agreement could include terms like financial compensation, an apology, or other specific conditions depending on the nature of the case. Okay, so I really debated really hard about whether I wanted to discuss this. Because this gives me flashbacks of several discussions I've tried to have on my channel, which just leads to unending arguments going round and round and round. And I just thought to myself, why is it that people just jump on this kind of phrases? Well, I've given you the first one, right? The media know how to trigger people. So they know that when the Sussexes or the Sussexes supporters see that phrase, they are going to get triggered by it. So they use it, even though they know the truth, they still use it anyway. And they use it in a way that will get people triggered. It's just like how they misuse the word when privacy. When the Sussexes said they were going to step back and they wanted to be able to manage their affairs by themselves, immediately the media said they wanted privacy. So why are they coming out and why are they looking for? Why are they doing things in public? I thought they said they wanted privacy. This is a similar situation to that. The confusion comes from what I've tried to explain. When the Nigerian First Lady incident happened, when I tried to explain about language interference, in the sense that one word can mean different things in different countries. And this is another example of it. Okay, but still looking at the reason why we found ourselves in this situation, I am guessing that it's mainly because of terminology like this. Why did Prince Harry back down? Because settling seems to give the appearance, or it gives the impression that Prince Harry caved in, that he conceded, he was defeated in the negotiations, which is not at all what settlement means. As I've just defined it to you guys, when you have a legal dispute with someone and one party offers and says, do you know what, in order for us to avoid going to court, I am willing to offer you one, two, three, four, five things. And the other party says, actually, I don't want five things, I want 10 things. Once you agree to that settlement agreement, you both have settled. That is what it means. Okay? The media know exactly what they are doing when they use those phrases. And having been in the battlefield against the media for quite some time now, it's quite understandable how we can get emotional about certain things. But this is the reason why you have people like me in your midst. If you decide to overlook me and say I don't know what I'm talking about, that is also your choice. But then again, I believe that people in the Sussex Squad, or the Sussex Squad, is full of very intelligent and capable people, of which I am part. Therefore, I'm not understanding why, when I try to explain certain things to you guys, I am dismissed as though I don't know. I can't possibly know what I am talking about. I'm still struggling with that one. I'm still struggling to know what that is all about. Anyway, of course, you guys realize that we're still in the middle of a smear campaign, right? So the smear campaign is ongoing. The other outlets who are not involved in the lawsuits directly, like the Telegraphs and the other Newsweeks and all the other British outlets, they are continuing because they have to support the Daily Mail. The Daily Mail is another big one coming up around the corner. And don't forget that the media industry is almost like a very small pool where they all help each other. It's almost like a an organization. It's just like one organization, even though they have several different outlets. But it seems like they have all agreed that when one thing is happening to one person, they're all going to rally around and support that person. So now the son's case is out of the way, and they're all rallying around the Daily Mail now, putting their energies to try and make sure that they do what they can to continue the smear campaign against Prince Harry and Meghan. But at this stage in the game, I am feeling like we should be intelligent warriors. That is, that we should not be overcome with emotion. Like, even if one person did not know what settling means, when someone who knows comes in to say, do you know what, actually, this is what settling means in the UK, then people should be able to hear that and say, okay, I'm from Canada, I'm from America, I'm from Eastern Europe, I'm from Africa. In my country, where you say someone settles, it means that you caved in and you were defeated. But here in the UK, someone here from the UK is telling you, actually, when you say you settled in when you're involved in a lawsuit, it doesn't mean that you were defeated. In fact, as a matter of fact, you might even be the one with the strongest negotiating position. But once you agree to a settlement agreement, it means you have settled. So where how are we not able to take that in? I have had people say to me in the comment section, this is just one comment. Harry didn't settle, Murdoch did just before the hearing was due to start. There have been people who knows the legal system and does not support Harry saying he did not settle, Murdoch did. These people are British. Facts and 2 cents. Petal explained it all yesterday. It's worth a listen. Okay, so I responded to the person saying, understanding how the law works in Britain requires more than just being British. Just by saying people who are British, like this person automatically dismissed me. For some reason, it's kind of disrespectful actually when I think about it. Because I don't know whether it's just in the heat of the argument, but they actually literally dismissed me and they're like, this person is British. And they said that it was Murdoch who settled and not Harry. That's legal terminology. The word settlement in a legal parlance, which the media are playing on words with at the moment, they are playing with legal parlance. In the legal environment, in the legal sphere, when they say settle, they mean two people were negotiating a settlement agreement and you both agreed to the terms and you agreed finally after negotiating and getting what you both wanted. So I said, as a legal professional, I am very confident in stating that the legal terminology for what transpired in the conclusion of Prince Harry's case is that both parties agreed to settle. This does not imply that Prince Harry caved in or was in a weaker position. In fact, it's possible to have the upper hand and still reach a settlement on favorable terms. However, in British legal parlance, when both sides agree to resolve a matter without continuing litigation, it is correctly referred to as a settlement. Please, can we move forward with intelligence and also stop giving our energy to the British media who are trying to drain it? They know that the squad will react to those words. They know that mm, they know that the squad will react to those words. So if you reacted initially not knowing, I am at a loss. I don't understand. Really, it just makes me think and wonder what that is really all about. If you don't know, and then you are now being told, and you still insist on holding on to your previous thoughts, is it stubbornness? Is it the willingness to dismiss? I don't know. Anyway, I just felt to myself, I would not be able to be genuine with you guys if I didn't get that off my chest, first of all, because it is this whole conversation about Prince Harry's lawsuits and the lawsuit and the ideas and the concepts being discussed at the moment, it requires a mature mind that is open to the various nuances that are being discussed. And if you're not able to do that, okay, that's fine. I identify you, that's fine. But if you're being dismissed, it now makes you wonder whether what's going on. Am I being discriminated against or what? You know? Anyway, um, having said all of that, let's dive into today's video. Now, some of you were out here saying Harry is done. Now he needs to sit down. And to that I say, I told you so. Harry is British, y'all. This is his business. Not only is he British, he is also royal. And when you've got that kind of privilege, you either sit quietly in your palace and cosplay like the rest of them, or like Harry, you get up and fight for the common man. And he continues the fight. Now, I say this to say, after settling with the Sun, Harry wasted no time calling for a criminal investigation into the wrongdoings admitted by the paper. Oh, and guess what? He is also pushing for the Leveson inquiry to be reactivated. That's right. The media reform he's been championing is making some folks sweat. And I love it. And while Harry is out here putting his royal privilege to good use, the government though seems to be trying to do their best Usain Bolt impression, sprinting away from anything that looks like accountability. It's like you say next to someone who is a government minister, Leveson too, and they're like, nope, 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 no thanks. So it means that they're going to need a lot more pressure. That's fine. It doesn't seem like anybody who is involved in this campaign is going anywhere. But at the moment, they are bending over backwards to assure the media that the inquiry won't be revisited. But you know who is not staying silent? The dude of the moment, Hugh Grant. He is like, he jumped in to back Harry's call for a fresh investigation into Murdoch's empire. And Hugh isn't mincing words. He is calling it criminal abuse by big corporations. Hugh! If Iconic was a competition, Hugh Grant at this moment has stepped in at the right time when he was supposed to step in, and he should be getting a medal. What category of medal? Who knows? But he should be getting a medal because he is putting everything on the line. And he has been on this journey for the past 20 something years since his own journey with the Sun started. Okay. Anybody who watched that document, the ITV documentary uh, Tabloids on Trial, will know Hugh Grant's story. And he got to, let's see, Hugh Grant pointed out that NGN, that is the news group newspapers, for those of you who have not been keeping track, has paid over 1 billion in settlements to hacking victims. That's not, oops, we messed up. That's, let's buy our way out of this mess before the truth comes out. And Hugh Grant had a few choice words for Rebecca Brooks. She just seems to be at the bottom of all of this mess. And yet she remains the CEO of Murdoch's papers and former editor of The Sun. He called her out for still holding that position despite the fact that she was in charge when the criminality happened. Can you imagine what it would, the kind of, we talk about these things, but I don't know whether we really understand how courageous Hugh Grant and Prince Harry are being, risking everything, because this is not just people who operate within the realms of the law. These people actually go outside of the realm of the law. You know, if you read the Byline Times articles, you will see how they are said to have been collaborating with the underworld of UK, the UK criminal world. And that's the major reason why the Sun was desperate to make sure that the case did not see the light of day. Um, Speaking of savagery, let's talk about the tabloid meltdown. The Daily Mail, Piers Morgan, and Carol Malone were out here throwing tantrums like toddlers who missed their nap time. Carol Malone wrote an article that practically screamed desperation. Spoiled brat Prince Harry actually makes me feel sorry for Meghan Markle. Well, almost. Girl, be serious. And then someone reminded her quite sharply as soon as she posted that on Twitter. He said, Carol Malone is still crying that Prince Harry won his case and got an apology from Princess Diana. That is a great way to start 2025. This article you can see on the screen titled Be Clever Like Camilla and Clam Up Die. Do you know it was written on the day Diana died? She is a goal. She is a horrible, horrible human. She needs to be thrown away, is what I say. And then the Daily Mail's Alison Clem, Michelin-starred owner of Meghan and Harry's favorite BBQ joint, is charged in 350K fraud scheme. If there was air passing by someone and they could pin Harry and Meghan to the air, and the air has done something wrong, they would do it. But we don't fall prey to their foolishness. It's just to illustrate what that the smear campaign remains ongoing. Now, let's dive into the real fight of the week. Hugh Grant versus Piers Morgan. So, this was so fun to watch. Honestly, Piers Morgan came out swinging, claiming Hugh Grant was a hypocrite because he backed Harry's claim for a criminal investigation to happen. He claimed that Hugh Grant is a hypocrite for taking Murdoch money in the past, but Hugh Grant hit back harder than Piers Morgan was expecting. You know, Hugh Grant is kind of gentlemanly like. So Piers Morgan was not expecting Hugh Grant's response at all. So Hugh Grant just completely went off on him. He was like, BS. The last time I worked for a Murdoch company was in 1994. And Piers Morgan, thinking he had gotten a gotcha moment, tried again. Your movie, Florence Foster Jenkins, was distributed by Murdoch's 20th Century Fox. And Hugh's response? He said, that film was made for BBC and PATH. I had no control over the local distributor. Translation, nice try, Piers, but you're grasping at straws. And just when you thought it couldn't get any messier, John Cleese, I don't know if you're a British person or you knew about Faulty Towers, John Cleese from that comedy, he joined the fray. He called Piers out for being a Murdoch lapdog. Honestly, it was ridiculous. The girls and the boys, they were fighting like cats and dogs on Twitter. He said the debate between Piers Morgan and Hugh Grant showed the difference between a well-educated mind and a lazy tabloid one. Ouch! Shots fired. Before we continue, if this is your first time here, welcome. Welcome to the club, man. It happens a lot over here. We tend to talk about things that others don't talk about on this channel. So, If you're enjoying the show, take a moment to hit that subscribe button. Give this video a thumbs up and leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to hear from you. If you have visited before and you haven't yet subscribed, stop thinking about it and do it. Join our growing community and help us reach our goal of 10K subs. We are looking for 10K subs so that we can collaborate with agencies, UK charities like Hacktoff, who need us to have 10K subs before they agree to collaborate with us. All right. So, to my loyal supporters, thanks for being and sticking with me from the beginning. Your encouragement keeps me going. Thank you to those people who leave regular comments on my videos. Lakiva, thank you so much. Lydia, Lottie, Novidi, thank you so much. Little Mac, I was almost going to speak Yoruba. I was almost going to say Eshe Kupo. Thank you very much, oh, Modupe. Oh, Sharon Augustine, thank you so much for your super sticker. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you have not hit the thumbs up, please go ahead to do so. And everybody help me say thank you to Lorna and Julie. Their support on this channel is unbelievable. Thank you guys so much. Because of you guys, our reach has grown beyond what you ever imagined, and the channel has grown a lot. And to all those people who have indicated they would like to join the moderators of this channel, please go ahead to send me the emails, okay? Send me an email so that we can discuss further. All right? All right. So, how did that little argument between Piers and Hugh Grant end? It ended, when you're in school and you're having an argument and people start chanting, fight, 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 fight. Well, that's what happened on Twitter. And people were like, fight, fight, fight. And Piers Morgan, he's Nigerian people will say he's an agbaya. He's a big fool. And they said, and Piers Morgan reached out to Hugh Grant and said, "This it looks like people want us to fight. So should we go ahead to do so?" Like, people are busy, they have jobs, okay? They don't have time to be fighting with you. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so in another development you might have heard, in Harry's Corner, the police have requested the transcripts for his case. Now, does this mean that the pressure to investigate? The official statement says there's no active investigation, but the public outcry may be too hard to ignore, and it looks like the campaigners are not messing around this time around, because they have said that if the police fail to act, that they are going to be pushing for private criminal prosecutions. And Emma Jones from Hacktoff put it bluntly. She says, if unlawful behavior happened and people lied under oath, it's perjury and a criminal offense. The police must investigate. So Hacktoff are not messing around this time around. And all the journalists who banded together to assist Prince Harry with his case, they are all coming out of the woodwork. Everybody is throwing evidence at the police. They're desperate. They want them to investigate this matter. And I'm guessing that this is because a lot of people's lives were collateral damage in some way or the other to Murdoch in the course of their career. Imagine if you are someone who doesn't believe in the Murdoch way of business and you're working with any of his companies, no doubt you will get pushed out or sabotaged in some way. And so I think all the people who were treated badly by the Murdoch group of companies have are the ones who banded with Prince Harry. There are over 200 of them, as far as I know. Anyway, the pressure is building, guys, and it's getting worse. Now, do I expect that there is going to be an immediate police investigation? They are dragging their feet. You can imagine that Murdoch is busy, yeah, lobbying behind the scenes to make sure that this investigation doesn't happen. But if the government doesn't act, it is very likely that organizations like Hacked Off and all the other anti-media charities will get fed up, and even Harry himself might get fed up, and they can sue the police and they will sue the government because it is looking like they are very serious about it this time around. So, what do you think? Do you think the government will cave if they're taken to court? If they're taken to court, they might have to say to Murdoch, do you know what? I know we had allegedly, this is what I think. Allegedly, I know we had some kind of agreement, but we are being taken to court now. And so if we are being taken to court, we just have to fulfill the wishes of the people. So it might be the case that they would have to go and file this case or open the investigation if they are taken to court. That is, if the police are taken to court and the government are taken to court. Let me have a look. It, oh, I see that as I can see that some people are still a bit uncomfortable about the word settling, still trying to distinguish between NG and admitted guilt. So that's what closed the case. And Lottie says Prince Harry never settled; they settled because they were afraid. Okay, believe what you want. Um. Uh. That line. Um. And mediation is an agreement. The judge still has to agree to it. That's right. That is absolutely right. Uh, the British media lost out on all the stories they were going to write. Yep, yep, yep. Did you see a video of Chris Ship crying? He's like, I was looking forward to a 7-week trial. um, Lakiva says Piers Morgan is mad that Meghan didn't want him. Not only did Meghan not want him, but Meghan's husband has now exposed him to the public. What a sorry life. um, uh, Lakiva says the police had something to do with it. Just my opinion. Oh, there have been a lot of allegations in the past. Well, we will see. We will see. We will see. I hope that the pressure, they continue to build the pressure. I think they were hoping that they will be able to drain Harry of resources. Well, that has backfired spectacularly because even without this case, Harry have found a way to earn his coin, right? So now that he has gotten over an additional $10 million or £10 million, sorry. He is not running out of money anytime soon. Thank goodness for that. Yeah. Uh, Lona says the government will cave if it's close to election time and they're losing in the polls. Ooh, that's a good strategy, you know. That is a good strategy. You know, I'm going to start leaving suggestions on the. I am chasing hacked off vigorously to try and see if I can get one of the either staff or one of the reporters that they work with to come over to the channel and have a conversation. So pray for me that that will work, because I think it's also uh, good for them to collaborate with us, the squad. But it's really strenuous to try and get any of these people to talk to you because everyone's busy, you know. So the whole conversation, how it all setting it up is very time consuming, but we will see. We will see. But I am looking forward to that. I have already registered with Hacktoff to be one of their volunteers as well. So I'm going to be able to bring you the tea straight from the source, at least as much as they will allow the strangers in their midst to have. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that these few points of mine have been enlightening and you enjoyed the show. That's all I have for this evening. Thank you to my lovely moderators, Lorna and Julie. Thank you so much to all of you for being here with me this evening. To all, I forgot. I'm going to put something on the community post later. Someone sent me a whole load of things from my wish list. Thank you so much. I almost want to say you didn't have to, but that's why I put the wish list there. Thank you so much. I am really, really, really grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I was bowled over. I knew I had something to pick up from the post room in my building, but when I got there, I left there with my arms full. Thank you so, thank you so much. Thank you. Anyway, thank you guys. That's all I have for this evening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, this is Wheezy signing off. Peace.